Most people use ChatGPT projects like a folder. They create one, throw in random chats and files, and expect perfect context. Then the answers become inconsistent, old decisions leak into new work, and nobody knows which source ChatGPT used. The problem is not the model, it is the setup. In this video, I will build a clean ChatGPT project for a real client launch and show the 5 decisions that make it useful: scope, instructions, sources, chat structure, and the context audit. By the end, you will have a project that behaves less like a messy inbox and more like a reliable workspace. The first mistake is creating a project around a broad topic. Marketing is not a project. Launch the North Star course by October 15th is. A good project has one outcome, one owner, a time horizon, and a clear definition of done. For this demo, our outcome is a complete launch kit: positioning, landing page copy, a 5-email sequence, and a final review checklist. Put that outcome at the top of a short project brief. Add the audience, deadline, approved offer, and the facts that must not change. This gives every future chat a stable frame. If the work has a different outcome, it deserves a separate project. The second mistake is uploading files before writing project instructions. Instructions should define how ChatGPT works, not repeat the entire brief. I use 4 sections. Role: act as a launch strategist and editor. Priorities: accuracy first, then clarity, then speed. Rules: use only approved claims, label assumptions, and never invent a testimonial or price. Output standard: concise American English, short paragraphs, and a source note for factual claims. Finally, add an escalation rule. If 2 sources conflict or a required fact is missing, stop and ask. Project instructions apply across chats, so a small number of clear rules beats a giant wall of prompt text. The third mistake is treating every upload as equally trustworthy. A project can keep related files and connected sources together, but organization is not verification. Build a small source pack. For this launch, I add the approved product brief, current pricing, brand voice guide, customer research summary, and legal claim sheet. Each file gets a date and status, approved, draft, or reference only. Remove duplicates and outdated versions. Never upload private material you do not have permission to use. And remember, a ChatGPT project does not automatically gain access to every folder on your computer. You must upload or connect the sources you actually want it to use. The fourth mistake is running the entire project inside one endless conversation. Shared project context does not mean every outcome belongs in the same chat. Create one chat for positioning, one for landing page copy, one for the email sequence, and one for final quality control. This keeps each conversation focused while the project preserves the shared files and instructions. Start every chat with a tiny task contract: the deliverable, the audience, the sources to prioritize, the constraints, and the review criteria. When a decision becomes final, record it in a decision log instead of trusting a long chat history to remain obvious. The fifth mistake is assuming that saved context is correct context. Before asking for a final deliverable, run a 60-second audit. Ask: list the project goal, fixed facts, approved sources, unresolved questions, and any conflicts you see. Do not draft the deliverable yet. Compare the answer with your brief. If ChatGPT treats a draft as approved, correct the source status. If a fact has no source, remove it or mark it as an assumption. If an old decision is still active, update the decision log. This audit is faster than repairing a polished document built on the wrong premise. Here is the complete setup. Create a project only for work that continues over time, produces multiple outputs, or depends on the same sources. Define one outcome. Add short operating instructions. Build a dated, trusted source pack. Use a separate chat for each deliverable. Record final decisions. Then audit the context before important work. The exact interface and availability can change, so check the version of ChatGPT and workspace you use. But this operating system remains useful because it makes the context visible and reviewable. If your current project is just a pile of chats, do not rebuild everything. Start with one brief, 5 trusted sources, and one clean deliverable. Subscribe to Prompt Current for practical AI workflows with no hype.